But meanwhile, how are you all doing? How have your weekends been so far, as long as I am sure that they have been? Focused. Okay, I'm going to close that, because that was a victory from the last time. So this is continuing on precisely from where we left off. I was really tempted to play on a bit after the stream last time. Ultimately didn't. Been super busy this week with work. I will finally be able to share with you what I've been working on. Stay tuned to the Hearts of Iron social media channels, because from Monday you'll be starting to get some teasers. And you'll have to tell me whether you can work out the nation I've been working on, because I'm very curious. And then on Thursday we'll have the Dev Corner, where I actually talk a little bit more in depth and confirm what it is that I've been doing. Bad, the new TV arrived just to find the screen is cracked when you got it. Oh man, Matcha, that sucks. That is really unfortunate. Let's bring up the YouTube chat. YouTube Studio. Content. Live. Click the live content. Click the link. Shout at myself to shut up. And then pop up chat. There we are. Reminds me, I actually had a couple of comments I meant to respond to on the UpTubs. It's been kind of nice getting them again, actually. I had missed that part. After the YouTube channel was dormant for so long, but now that I can stream on YouTube and also on Twitch, it's been kind of nice getting that back. Doing major updates to my computer, new motherboard, CPU, RAM, as well as migrating my boot disk to a much larger one for EU5. Nice! Yeah, it's a good time to upgrade for that. I am rather looking forward to it. Actually, the community manager for EU5, Ryan, who was one of the CAs when I was a CM on Stellaris, he basically took over when I was the CA, community ambassador for Europa Universalis. He was in Stockholm this week, which was nice. Got to see him. Chat a bit about EU, how it's all looking. Anyway, so what do we... Wow, that's a lot of pirate nations down here. 5 infestations. Those have got to be the only ones still left in the game. Yes, I think they are. But infestations are not what we are most concerned about at the moment, because we are at war with a whole bunch of different people. Basically, the entire Northern Hemisphere is currently gunning for us. So the big bad is this nation over here, which is annoying. Oh no, there's an infestation. Because they used to be my closest ally. Until a demon took over. Kind of a cool narrative. But we are fighting against them. They have a couple of puppets, including Gemkeep and Acrodomus, which is annoying, because we were really trying to get Acrodomus on our side. And then we have also been at war with these guys. They may look like alligators, but they're actually humans. By the lore that we are playing as, they are the boat humans, we are the elves. The people we're fighting up here were Minotaurs, and then they became demon Minotaurs, which is going to have to be a narrative that we weave in somehow into the world building stuff. Then we have the ogres down here, and then another set of Minotaurs down here. And again, don't be fooled by the fact that they look like orcs. It's definitely not because creatures like Minotaurs don't exist in the game yet. Absolutely nothing to do with that. Right. I actually kind of think that maybe we should start adding some of this to the world building files. So we need to go to World Anvil, log in, and then we go to Geography, Kingdoms. I'm trying to remember where we've actually been updating this stuff. Towns and cities. Here we go. So what we can do is, if I just go ahead and share the right hand screen so that you can see this. For some reason my monitors are flipped right now, so you can see chat and how I have all of this stuff set up. So there you go. Yeah, when I first started the game, it loaded up on this screen for some reason rather than the main screen. And somehow the monitors just gotten flipped. So how do I change that? Filters? Properties? Here we go. No, not that one. This one. Yeah, see, that is not the primary monitor. Wait, yeah, that is... No, that is not. Where's the other one? Huh? What's going on? It's not detecting it at all. MSI. LC, that's the other monitor. So that must be the main one, but it's clearly not. Huh. I believe the Orc Minotaur race gets the Animal Kinship Minor race transformation. Their units get hooves. Not exactly Minotaur, but a little closer at least. Nice. Yeah, and we could have also started them as goatmen. Just giant goats. But even that, I guess it would be closer than Orcs. I don't really know what to do about this, because this stream kind of relies quite heavily on showing what's on the different screens. I guess I can just do this. Man, this feels weird. Why have my monitors gotten reversed? I don't understand. Because if I just bring up display, I have to look behind my microphone. You can see that I have these two monitors. This is the big one. This is the little one, which has all of the stream information. And then this phantom monitor just shows up sometimes. This doesn't exist. There is no number 3. And there's no way of like disabling it or getting rid of it. I just have it set to disable, disconnect. Oh, I wonder if I enable it. Let's try this. Keep those changes. Now, which monitor is the game loaded on? It's on that one, that's good. Then if we change this... So that's that side. Ah! Okay, it's that fricking... phantom display again. This has caused me problems before. Well, now it's just displaying as 1/3. I can live with that, because there is no 3. Okay, that works. I really don't understand why that keeps on happening. I seem to have solved it for a while, and then it just came right back again. And, yeah, annoying. I'm just going to need to go and take the tea bag out of my tea. And the holster I usually have all the tea bags in is currently full, which is kind of horrible. So I'll be right back. Give me a second. Right, problem solved. My tea should now no longer be quite so strong. And we can get back to actually updating the World Anvil, which is the whole thing that I wanted to do in the first place. So, if I make this smaller... What's all of this space for? I don't need that. Before I do this, let's go on to edit. So these are the elves. Who are known as... what? The other thing I should probably do is bring ChatGPT up. Remessence world building. Yes, it has all of that stuff saved there as well. And actually this gives us more information, so this is probably better to use. Eloria. Okay. So we've got Eloria, which is the Elven nation. We should probably make this a heading. Oops. It's probably the Elven Empire actually at this point. And then within this we have several cities. Vilathis is the capital. Sits on the... what was the river called? Aelion? I think it was Aelion, wasn't it? Yes. The Alien Lake fed, or Lake Aelion, let's call that. Lake Aelion fed by the Aelion River. Oh, the lake, according to this, was actually Vilathis. That, I think, actually kind of makes a bit more sense. And then we have several people. Does this save? I think it does. It did not. Okay, good to know. Races? Where have I been saving people? Timeline? I don't think so. Kingdoms? No. Sure it wasn't the timeline. It was, in fact, the timeline. I should probably save people somewhere else. Let's create another thing under races. We'll do that again. It's too long since I used this system. Actually, what I usually use is this thing. Here we go. Names. Whoops, not back. I want to open it. There we go. So this has everyone except for the goblins, which were at the bottom of this. So if I edit this article, scroll to the bottom, oh, this also has the goblin locations. It's kind of annoying that this article doesn't appear in the index of articles for some reason. Maybe because it's not published? So we have the goblins, which go in here. Just use that link. And then after the goblins, we have the elves. So we've got Valor. What was his surname? Maranthil. Elven Emperor who liberated the elves from the Minotaurs. What? Why did you just jump? Doing it again. Keeps jumping to the top of the screen for some reason. From the Minotaurs. I did it again. What is happening? Let's just make that a full screen and move this over onto that screen and make use of my infrastructure. Okay, so we have Valor Maranthil, who was the ruler. Then we have Kaltharos Menarin, who was the elven storm mage. I think he actually focused more on frost in the game, but he was intended to be storm. Beloved by sailors and the common folk. And again, what the hell is happening? Stop it! And the common folk. Also, men. This is very frustrating. Chin. In. Boat. Human. Legends. Okay, if I type slowly, it seems to work. And then we're back to the cities. Which we need. Hang on, how does this save? I'm just going to copy this real quick. Because last time it did not save when we actually closed out. This time it did. So if I do this, there we go. Don't care about the timeline anymore. I do, however, care about the kingdoms. Wait, do I? No, it's not actually the kingdoms I care about. It is the towns and cities. Why are these editing screens so freaking small? Embiggen them. Alright. Oh, it did save. Cool. So then the next city we have is Thelanis. Which is the Delta Gateway. Bustling with trade and shipbuilding. Important city for contact with the boat people. Becomes the half-elf. Becomes the half-elven capital. Later. I like it. Then we need another character. This was Thandor Velkorin. Who was the inspirational general. Oh, the Lion of Eloria. I like that. And then we have our female general. Serenia Kelther. Who was the governor of the main agricultural area and one of the first liberated from the Minotaurs. It's not flicking to the top of the screen anymore, which is nice since I reloaded these screens. Cool, so we have the 4 characters, which are the 4 heroes we have. We have the 2 cities, because we currently only have 2 cities. Because we've been kind of stuck on that for a while. And we're at war with a whole bunch of people. Right, then the other thing we wanted to add, I really don't know how to do, actually I do, this should be a kingdom thing, I think. Corrupted and taken over by a devil. Doesn't have a name. This is just one of the things I need to kind of remember exists. Still surrounded by enemies? Absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot going on. So, where are my armies? Let's actually think about the game itself again now, shall we? And we can go back to the game screen. Hopefully this is still showing the right one. Yeah, good. We've just been fighting a series of battles for the last... No, we're besieging. Right, we're trying to take Archidomus. Which, because it is actually our race, we're probably just going to straight up annex it. Channeling Tower. Cool. That should give us some more mana, which has been the problem that we've had for a while. Create a bounty, don't care. You need orders. I think I'm leaving you to defend because I'm a bit worried about these guys because they keep on moving around. I think that they might be a marauder army bought by one of my enemies. Shop of Secrets, the departed. The mystical seer who spent time in the domain has packed up and left. Fair enough. Alright, so we have 2 more turns for this siege to happen. They have dispatched an army to attack us, so we do need to keep a garrison here. Are you currently recruiting anyone? You are not. That is not a good look. Shademaker? Yeah, because we can't get Zephyr Archers yet. In 2 turns we can. So maybe I should just get another Guardian. We could get an Evoker or a White Witch. Although all of our bonuses at the moment are archery based. Our archers do a lot of damage. Let's do another Shademaker. You are sailing, but I think I'm actually going to have you join the garrison. Thankfully you can do that nice and quickly. So we have 2 units here at least. We could have you guys go back. I think I will have you return. Okay, we have a decent garrison in Valathis now. And this is Serenia.
Hey.
You've got your bodyguard, which is Thandor. I think you basically just want to have your own army. Although you have precisely 3 soldiers, which would make these 2 stacks of 6. And we have also prepared Frost Blades, which I think we were going to apply now. Makes melee attacks of enchanted units deal +4 frost damage, -2 physical, and they also do extra damage against frozen or slowed. So now these guys should be doing lightning and frost, which is pretty awesome. You lot can all just chill there. You have been trained. What are you? You're a cultivator. Let's send you up here for now. Message received. Oh, no, I'm good. The main is being invaded, I know, and they're probably going to go and try and burn some stuff down. They have tier 3 bastions and tier 2 steel shapers. So be it. 2 more turns, then we should be able to take Archidomus. And at least now I'm actually getting some decent amounts of mana, so we can go pretty crazy on the magic. And you are pillaging. Fair enough. Native opposition. King Valor Moranthil, we do not want you here, declares the tough-looking Faesong of the Strong, who approaches without hesitation. I am the chosen representative of the Othrakar. We are here long before you set foot in this realm, and we've heard stories of the Wizard Kings. You bring nothing but destruction. We will rise against you. While one of your guards sees as the troublemaker, another guard speaks up to you. I've heard of them. They set up their camp near Valathis. One of the advisors steps up. We need to respond to them, otherwise their aggressive claims will cause unrest in Valathis. What is your plan? So we can give them some food, which will make us good, although that stops our growth for a turn, which sucks. We can pay 209 ducats, and I become a seal bearer. No, I gain a seal bearer. Or I kill them all. Which means I don't train anything for 2 turns. That's way too bad for us. I think I'll probably just try and recruit the seal bearer. Because that also bolsters the number of units I have here. So what I could do here is send you back to try and fight them. How many turns would it take you to arrive there? 3. Get to here. Don't know that that's going to be in range to actually start a fight. So I think regardless of what happens, that boss is being raised. But we'll take this city, and then we can move our forces back the other way. Is this game pure fantasy, or is it based on a bit of old mythology? I would say it's probably mostly fantasy. It may have mythical influences, though. Did I hear that EU5 is not getting a Mac or Linux version? I had not heard that. No, I had not. The Lonis can expand. You don't really benefit from the water-going tiles. Unfortunately, that's basically all you can expand to. Excuse me. Or building a corner gate. Did you just finish? I thought you were building a town hall. Am I going crazy? It was you. Oh, this is Valathis. Thalanis was the one expanding, and they do want the water-going territories. I'm forgetting the names of my own territories. So I think we want to continue taking as much of this land as we can. So let's take the dredger quarry. What do you have next door? Fish farm, dredger quarry. Maybe we actually take the farm. No, let's take the quarry. We can always change them later. Yes. You have orders to merge in with them, so we're up to 5 defenders now, which is good. And did I want to split you apart? I do. It's being pillaged, I know. You're trespassing, but I think that's because you were in my land when I took it. Oh no, you are legitimately trespassing. Are you planning to attack me there, Brutalos? That's looking very sus. I do kind of wish that towns had a natural garrison, not just the troops that you deploy there. Yeah, see, you are raising an army. This is very, very suspicious. And the battle for Archidomus is ready. I do have 2 legendary shade makers, which could potentially do a lot of damage. And we don't have a lot of close combat units. Well, that's not true. The 2 heroes of the 4 are also close combat. There's all the damage that we were doing to the defenses. And the hero looks to be a wizard. A wizard. Oh, they do ballista towers. I have catapults of my own, which fire every other turn. Do we only have 1? No, we have 2. They have 4 ballistas. Okay. Interesting. So I need to remember what the hell my troops actually do. So we have the 2 close combat units. Serenia, who has Provoke, and is the defender? Yes, you're the defender, so you're tanky. And then we have you, Thandor, who is actually a charger now with the lance. You can actually cleave with a lance. That's quite an impressive attack. And then we have the ruler, Valor, who is just a pure mage with extremely long range. And then we have the mounted Catharos, who also has good range, but whose real ability is the mobility. But I think what I'm going to start out doing with you, actually, is just summoning some spiders, and then using them to rush forwards and absorb some of the hits. Because we're going to have to move forwards quite strongly here. We also need to decide who we want these guys attaching to link. So let's have you move... Let's have you move forwards first. Let's see. We'll try to keep out of range of this guy. You link to him. Both of my close combat troops are on this side, which is a little bit annoying. And then we'll have you attached to him. And then you can link to the boss. So yeah, we're just superpowering the heroes. You can link to that hero. Should probably move them forwards. But I don't really want them taking hits. You have an AoE, but requires all 3 moves to use that. You could move really far forwards, but that would leave you quite vulnerable. With no real defensive units to help you out. So I think what we'll do is we'll move you to here, and we'll use our extreme range to get a few shots off. Attack those? We can. But again, I think I want to... What's your range? 12. I mean, you can hit everything. This is just 7 tiles where my mouse is now. Is out here, so yeah, you're going to be able to just hit everything anyway. So I'm kind of wondering if I just want you to steamroll through this and then try to flank, or we just ignore that and come up here. I think we're just going to ignore it and come up this way. And have you hopefully destroy that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And I do believe that that is everyone. Alright. Oh, wait. No. Magic next turn. Next turn! Not to that amount feels weird. And there go the spiders. So they did their job. They tanked. Ow! Those ballistas really freaking hurt. Ooh, you can kill the king. It's risky. The fuckers. Well, at least he respawns. I don't need to spend mana bringing him back. You could reach me? God damn it. This has been a terrible opening turn for us. You could not... Well, actually, with this, you can reach. So I want you just to go charging up to here. Let's have you move to this. And then stab the shit out of that and kill it. Beautiful. So that's one ballista down. I think we're just going to have to accept the fact that you're going to shoot me. The ballista towers are out of range of my own artillery. That's awful. What's your range? 3 to 12. It's the same as yours. Which means you can only shoot up to about here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm one square out of range. Yeah, I can hit up to this. Ah! I can't shoot the area. Alright. And you're out of range of that tower as well. You, however, are not. You are absolutely going to shoot that thing. Now this one we are out of range of, I'm fairly confident. Can you move the catapults? No. I'm just going to try and put as much distance between us and that as possible. Alright, well... lacking anything else to shoot at. And they do have an accuracy. Let's have you shoot at the... frontliners. You could absolutely blast them. I like this idea. Please do that. They've been frozen, so you could actually shoot into that if you wanted to, or you could do an AoE. It does basically no damage. Are these really resist? Oh, no, that's defense. Not that resistant to magic. Which is the majority of the damage that I do. You don't hit them very hard. Now, I guess they're just really high level, so they have tons of hit points. Well, you may as well just blast this one. And then... you run up here and taunt them. Resisted. Bastards! You can't reach any of them in a useful way. I think I kind of have to come here and strike at you. Because I want you to keep facing this way so that you're not going to get flanked by these guys. You just run forwards as much as you can, honestly. Huh? You kind of do the same. Oh, that's only 45? Shit. I did not actually mean to take that shot. Kind of annoying that I'm not going to kill you. Alright, see what damage they do. No! Magic! What kind of wizard am I if I'm not using my magic? You can press Alt to target areas of friendly units. Oh, can you, Woozy? Thank you. You did the AoE. There's a unit of archers. Right, the ballistas only shoot every 2 turns. Does this not show you range? Well, you can get up here and kill that to death. So, do that. Thank you. So that's the 2 most dangerous ballistas gone. Which does make me feel a lot better about this situation. You could drop a boulder on somebody's head. I'd say probably theirs. You come over here, which should mean that you're out of range of this guy at that point. You actually get a decent shot against him. Do that. Good. And you lot have actually been frozen. Excellent. Let's go get into their face so they have to try to pull away from me. Okay, things are going a little bit better now. Shoot them in the back. And shoot them. And shoot them. And shoot them. These guys are frozen, that's why I'm not really caring about them right now. Okay, is that all of those guys moved? You are still reloading. Magic! Oh yes, I also have you. Yeah, go ahead. Magic, magic, magic. Cannot cast spells if your ruler is dead. Fuck! That's why they targeted him. I don't think there was really much I could do with him, though, except maybe hide him back here. Even then, I think that these two ballistas would still have been in range. You can still move. Oh, him. Yeah, you should move. And stab these guys in the face. Oh, you can stab both of them? No. You're stabbing a wall and him. Wait, this recharges every time? Yeah. Oh, reusable after every kill. Huh. Okay, that's kind of cool. How did you stop burning? Oh, there's a fire here. It's not hugely clear. Oh. He was still in range. Ouch. Might need to run away with him, although the burning might get him. Oh, no, these archers will. Well, that's another several hundred mana I'm going to have to spend resurrecting. I knew this battle would be costly. Didn't expect it to be quite this costly. You go and stab both of them, because you stab through people. Nice. 70 damage, heck yeah. Let's have you rush over to here and then just blast them in the back. And then basically all of you just blast this guy. So nearly dead. Do I have one more ranged unit that can hit you? Not counting you. Not really! Though I do have the catapults back. Good tip with the ult. Because yeah, with ult I could have been shooting the ballistas. No, I just hit my own guy. No, I didn't. Never mind. Well, you definitely want to get up into these guys' face. Kill the archers. Remember, the archers are legendary. So taking them out is something of a priority. Then I guess I have to waste your turn stabbing them instead of shooting the archers. It can now shoot you in the back, which is not ideal. Close enough and be in range still. Do I want you getting this close? Because you can get shot by them. I think so. Yes, I have a plan. Because it's not just about getting this close. It's about getting this close. Although I don't think you threaten, so you probably won't be able to stop them moving or shooting. It's so annoying I can't use magic. Well, I feel less bad about not remembering I had it now. And thankfully he's been linked for a long time, so he's healed right up. You're trying to move away. Interesting. You only got one shot off, so that's fine. Okay, my turn again. Let the blasting of these archers start. Just need to remember to leave a space for these guys to run through. This will probably kill him. If they hit. Which they do. Only a 50% chance of hitting you. Well, dodge this. Yeah! So, we did lose a hero in the king, which is annoying, and one of the shade makers. But we gained ourselves a city. And a healthy chestplate of fortune. Ooh, hell yeah. Brutal incursion has failed. Because our guy went down. And now Archidomus, we want to absorb this one. Which will take whopping 6 turns to do. So Thandor, you head back to base. And we'll leave you here, merged in with them. So you're just going to be garrisoning Archidomus. Unfortunately, you don't actually heal while doing this. Abducting Cyclone, meanwhile, has been completed. So next up we could get Blizzard, which is another AoE... Oh no, this is a world map spell. Ice Coffin. 90% chance of freezing somebody. Kind of like the idea of that. So how many turns until my leader is back? 3 turns. And how much to resurrect the guy who died? 350, which I can actually afford right now. Do it. Oh, and you also gained 100 renown. Because you won a siege battle. So, even though you were dead, it actually still counted as a victory for you, which is very good to see. And in fact, do I want you to use the Healthy Chestplate of Fortune? This does extra damage and gives you 10 hit points. I think actually the extra damage is going to be better for you. 20% extra damage with melee and also a crit chance. Never mind. I mean, it could also go to one of these guys. The other thing I wanted to double check is, does this stop you using the mount? No. So actually I should probably give the mount to Thandor. next turn. That will have to be. So we need to remember that. Also, you leveled up, but we'll deal with that in just a moment. So neither of my close combat guys wanted that ability, so I think it's going to go to one of the mages. I need to double check to see what my king is using. And you're not building anything at all. Like, oh, stone walls. Which unlocks ballista towers. Yeah, we probably want those. Our capital gets attacked quite frequently. Bountiful Fields would also be a good choice, actually. It would give us a lot more food income here. No, let's go defences.
Hey.
And Valathis also made a Shade Make Bearer, but I think we are going to just hold there. Valathis is no governor at the moment. I mean, temporarily, you can't put somebody else in the Throne City, so ignore that. Hero leveled up. Yes, he did. So this is the Frost Wizard. Yes, yes it is. So we can get extra defense. +1 damage in combat for everyone burning, electrified, frozen, stunned, or slowed. Asunder. 10% extra damage with those traits. Ritual of Elements. What does this do again? Refreshes all ability cooldowns. If they're not in melee, they gain +20 on magic attacks and abilities until it moves. Yeah, let's do that. And we also have this. Which one did you have previously? Shadow. Now we don't have high enough affinity to get the Adept of Shadow, unfortunately. We need to have level 4. We could do an Initiative Astral, which would then ignore some status resistance. I do kind of like the idea of getting rid of the status resistance of enemies. And the warding aura to give you some more resistance. Gives you a bit more survivability, which I think would be a good thing. And actually just adding extra lightning damage to your attacks also sounds pretty good. So yeah, let's go Initiative of Astral. And then we will take the extra damage, because you spend a lot of time just blasting people, honestly. Can I buy any good items from other factions? With the amount of money I have? Probably not. And money has been tight for a long time. Don't want to hire anyone, thank you. New Empire Development Skill, what do we get? Ah! Farms grant extra food. 100% we want that. Heck yeah. Pact of Cooperation with the Utopilon. Nice. And we are the only one going up to Utopilon. Wasn't there another one down here? I think they've already been captured, actually. Yeah, it was these guys. They have not actually been taken over, but I'm way behind the others. Domain has been invaded. But I'm not at war with them. So he's just giving me grievances right now. Which, considering I've had my eye on that city for a long time... Where the hell did you come from? Fuck! South back. No, it's not. Can you really get to me in one turn? Also, don't you have to siege this place? It's a city. I couldn't see them last turn, could I? Turn me on. Is this at the start or the end of a turn? Wars were still down. Ah. They're nowhere to be seen. Not that I can see that far. I mean, even if these had been there... Actually, it's another 600 strength. Huh? We would have 1,000 against their 1,100 or so. We might well have won that then. Although, still no magic because he's in the void. Is this before or after the battle? That's a cool loading screen. Entering combat. This is the start of the battle. No, this is the end of the battle. So the ruler is already dead. I was confused because it should be this way around. Yeah, this is basically the last turn. And that would be the end of the previous turn. Yeah, without magic, and without being able to reinforce that army, I'm really tempted to just move this army out and just be like, fine. What a huge waste. There's actually no guarantee that they'd get away, because their movement is terrible. I could bring you some serious troops next turn. Hey. So I think that's basically going to be what I kind of have to try to do. We're building the stone walls. I didn't take it. Eh? Right, well, we could get close enough to reinforce. Hey. So I guess that's what we do then. You, however, I'm fairly sure do not get close enough to reinforce. Neither, I think, do you. What I can maybe do is this. Take you out. I'll just to leave you in this town just so they have to fight something if they do decide to attack me there. Valathis can take another province, and I would love to take one over here, because these are all foresters, so I'm just going to add another one. And yes, I would. Oh, these are available. Rome City gains knowledge for each magic material your empire has access to. We've got none. I immediately conjure a defended magic material in each city in your empire. So 2. But that could be really good for us, because we're still lacking Wonderstone, because there just hasn't been any this game, which I think is one of the reasons our armies kind of suck, because we just haven't been able to use any of our like architect abilities whatsoever. We haven't even built the foundation of the monument, so we haven't been able to afford it. I mean, if you want me to fight you in the open, I will. I have 2,000 now. I'm going to make it here, so they can't make it to my capital in one turn. They got another army back. Well, actually, I can kill that army. What I'm trying to do here is get my ruler back so I can at least do magic. It's 800. I'm going to force them to attack me. Valathis has got the stone walls at least. Ah, you can also now finally... Nope, he's still... Oh, that's tier 4. We didn't have tier 3 yet. That doesn't really help me because I have no affinity. Because I have no monuments, because I have no Wonderstone. I'm going to go for Caltrops just to bolster the defences here as much as I can. And yes, I'm going to continue training units. In fact, Zephyr Archer. Don't mind if I do. You should also be building something. Architect Institute, I think. Yes. Archidamus has sent a war party in the one turn that they got their land back. Capitoline. Capitoline was... What's Columbia out there? Alright, so they attacked me. But I got magic! So we should be in a much better position now. So what are you? Ranger, so you're going to be ranged. Tier 4 bow. Be nice to get that stuff just for free, because I lost my city. Right. So we do have many more frontliners this time around. In fact, the majority of my army is actually frontline now. So that's nice. And this is actually being fought inside the city. I don't think I've ever seen a battle fought inside the city. That's a lot of choke points. Who does that help most? Oh, me. You've only got 2 ranged units, plus the ranger. The ranger's going to be a bit of a pain. I'll do the links in a moment. So I have all of that dependent with you on the flank. Let's get heroes in as far as you can. And I haven't even used my heroes yet. I think I kind of want to save the heroes for the big fight. Okay, links. Well, you definitely want to link them because they need to heal. I think, honestly, I'll probably just link the front line units. Tank them up a bit. Using that building as cover. Because it's definitely that ranger that I'm the most concerned about right now. I should probably check what his range is. What are you? What's your range? My archer's actually not ranging. That's good. So that's that sector completely cut off. Huh? No, you're not merged, linked to anyone. I'm going to link you to the archers just to make sure we keep them alive, because free heals are nice. And you're a charger, so I kind of want you in a position you do that. So we're just going to leave you there. Now, magic. Oh, he's still dead. Never mind. Totally magic. The hell is that? Archon Prophecy. 2 of them? Oh, they have 2 architect units. Huh. That's forcing me to attack you. But I'm in such a nice defensive spot. Oh, no, it's not. Pew pew. Could do a fair amount of damage to me. Bye-bye. I still got long-range magic. So there. I could get into their face. Can I just kill it? Should I just advance? I should probably just advance. My cultivators only require one movement pip to shoot, so I'm just going to get everyone into as close a position as I can and then make my decisions about who's shooting what. And I may as well use these guys to just hit you. Provoke. I don't really want you hitting that. I kind of want you facing that way, because you cannot be flanked where you are right now. And in fact, if you don't attack anything, you can't be flanked anyway, because defensive stance. Well, you may as well shoot that, because your options are limited because of this building. And then I started blasting, and they're going to come at me 3 at a time. And they're going to be in absolutely terrible positions. Really? That's an easier shot than either of these? Alright, you do you. Did your thing. Alright, see what you got. Lose a guardian here. I hope I don't, but I might. There's actually a good thing, because now they can only attack me 2 at a time against 2 units. He was in a really exposed position, not the best planning on my part. I get 2 retaliations. Nice. Why? Get up to here.
Huh?
Hey.
Hey. You get in their face. Come up to here. Provoking their archer, you have been taunted, so you have to attack him through these 2. So your accuracy should be pretty poor. Alright. Hail Mary shot. Come on, show us what you can do. Keen eyes and all that. Damn it. Nice. But I think I'm just gonna hold position here. Oh no. get in a position where you can shoot at them, but you're already at half health. So I think I would rather leave you in a more defensive spot. Defensible spot. Really? I was annoyingly accurate. But hopefully this means that their horseman is in range of my charger, who I did not give a horse to despite having end of turn. That would have been very useful in this battle. Oh, I need to take damage from retaliations. Maybe on them, do some damage to their ranger, which is nice. 100% chance of hitting. Give it a try. One of these will probably hit a friend. Or not. That works for me. Shoot them in the back. Lovely. Actually, yeah, having you guys do as much damage as you can to the phantoms, I think is a good move. Both of you shoot. At least one of you should statistically hit it. We can graze it. I'm okay with that too. Yeah, both of you grazing. I'm alright with that. You come over here, punch him in the back. And you... Wait. Haha! Slippery! No, really? Are they actually blocking me? Huh. I should not have done this. This was a bad move. Because now they are actually blocking that position. Ah! Well, we can at least get into his face. Minions. Let's try this. I don't think we're going to get through, but I can do a ton of damage to this unit at least. And I do believe that that is everyone. I do have these two at least adjacent to you. Which should cause you some problems. Also, you're still taunted on hit. So he moves. Oh, because no matter where you move, you're adjacent to someone. Yeah, he could not escape. Okay, the trap was successful. Oh, because you're adjacent to each other. Right. I just wanted a hero to kill their hero. Really? Alright. No! Why can't you hit him? You have no actions. Why have you no actions? I'm taunted? Huh? How? Another of those would be useful. You taunted me while I was taunting you. But you are next to me now. I should be stabbing you. Magic him to death. One architect down. Then I started blasting. And froze them too. Sucks to be you. Could theoretically try to run out there, but then I suspect he would catch you. Also, you're frozen, so good luck. Then I started blasting. What are the lines? Those are the links between cultivators and other units that gives them damage buffs and heals them every turn. So it's these guys. Yeah, basically linking up with other people. Okay, so we did lose a Guardian, which is a little disappointing. We also did take a fair bit of damage there. Now I'm very curious to see what... Are you seriously just hiding in here? Did get an Arcfire bow, which is nice, except for the fact I have no rangers. You're still burning stuff. Meanwhile, my ruler is back. So I have magic again. Do one of those. Just want to have it ready to cast. And then I also want to get lightning focus going. Which will be done next turn. Where? I can't see everything here. So where on earth did the devil people go? There's something here. Oh, are you trying to... You're probably going for Thalanis. There's not a massive amount to do about that. Lightning bolt! did get Ice Coffin, which is good. Alright, so, mass recall. That would be helpful. Charged phase would also be good for the support and battle mages, but no, I'm going to go mass recall. That's one of the main reasons we went teleportation. That's a special resource. So in however many turns, 5, I'll have access to one. Finally! Do I want to take the risk of them turning around and attacking me or not? Did you build your Chronogate? Yes. Did you build yours? Yes. How long does it take you at a full move to get back to the Chronogate? 2 turns. Okay. I'm going to need you to head over here and be ready to defend this place if necessary. You guys just chill there. Balathis has got the Caltrops, that's good. Kind of want you to get the Bountiful Fields now. That's going to be the best place for them. Oh, here, for sure. Okay, how does this work? I thought it was just for adjacent fields. Adjacent province with grasslands or fungal? Oh! Okay. That's way better than I realised. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's yes. 7, 3, 5, 4. Easily the best spot is this one. And it's a field already, so this is going to give me 26 more food. And also 26 mana, which is amazing. Should have done that. Well, I only just... Yeah, I only just got Bountiful Field, so that wouldn't have mattered. School of Cryomancy doesn't really do much for me. Channeling. Plus mana for every adjacent conduit. Which I think this is. -5 food, plus 25 mana, but also 5 happiness. And this remains a farm. It's a pasture though. Yeah, just mana, gold, and magic resources have been really short this entire battle, this entire game. Okay, so my defender leveled up. This is Serenia. You're a tank. Whenever enchanted units are hit with non-physical damage, they gain bolstered resistance and status protection. You get more resistance. While an army leader, all non-hero units gain extra hit points. And also status resistance. I mean, you are generally a general, so yes, I will take that one actually. That's good for you. You're already tier 3. Nice. Oh, we can have a 5th hero. Interesting. We'll have to wait for that. Captured. Wait. Cavalry. We need to give you a horse. Or better yet, a unicorn. There we go. Now you're going to really kick ass and take names. And I think I was going to give you Sundering Dragonbane, actually. So that gives you the Whirlwind Strike. It's a tier 3. This is also a tier 3. This one allows you to provoke, but I think you can provoke anyway because you have Taunt. 666. 18. No, actually making people distracted is quite helpful. Baelor Maranthiel completed a major ambition. You did? Oh, your governed city has more than 40 fortification health. Nice. I mean, you were already a level 4 governor, but still, nice. How much? Yeah, you have level 40 now. This city is kind of unhappy. There is no way of making it more happy unless this does. I think we need to try to get a pinnacle of the incarnate. Yeah, we do. I think that guy left. Which is awfully nice of him. Good riddance. I've used up all of my magic channeling, so that'll do. Wait, where's he going? Stay here. I don't like the fact that these guys have disappeared. But Thalanis at least has defenses. Thalanis, meanwhile, can expand. The place that you probably want most is this one. Lightning focus is ready. Yes, please. So all of my ranged characters will now do lightning damage and have a chance of electrifying, which is also really, really nice because a lot of my guys do lightning. New Empire Development Skill, these ones. Province improvements grant +1 stability for each adjacent province improvement of the same type. That could actually be quite valuable. But no, I think I'm going to save Imperium. How much are these? 350. 250. Got that one ready. Founding or absorbing cities takes 2 turns less. I should probably have done that. To get this place faster. Still 4 turns. You get a Zephyr Archer next turn. Okay. What is Sevoth doing? Oh, he's back. Okay, I know what Sevoth is doing. He's attacking me. Four heroes against 3, not including my king, because I didn't know where Sevoth was. They have 1 tier 4 creature, but otherwise kind of low tier scrap. I, however, have magic again. And a lot of it. Which we're going to need to make really heavy use of. So their heroes are flying. He's the kind of scary one. What are you? Quieten the Warrior. I'm gonna guessing here, that he's a fighter of some kind. He is a Death Knight. Okay. What's that mean? High damage melee attacks buffed by debuffs and summoning undead. Right. You're a warlock. Debuff on death, using powerful debuffs and empowering undead. So lots of undead. I'm seeing a bit of a theme. You're a ranger. Skirmishers are actually barely short range. Well, I think we're gonna do kind of similar to what we did previously, except for the fact you have a giant AoE. All the same, I think I'm still gonna do much what I did last time. And try to build a bunch of choke points, which you are gonna have to battle through. A lot of my close combat troops are on this side. It's going to take them a little bit to get into the fight. So you go and buff them. You buff them to get them some hit points back. You buff them to get them hit points back. And I have a feeling that you're going to be kind of critical to this entire battle, so let's buff you up. Because the damage output that you should have now that you're mounted should be pretty colossal. And I'm hoping you have the maneuverability to get out of dangerous situations too. No magic yet this turn, but we'll have it next turn. Do I want you in the front rank? As badly injured as you are? Probably not. Let's have you on the flank. Okay. Fighting a Balor Lord with no magic, this battle should be historical. I have magic. The king is alive again. He's just not in this battle. As long as he is in the realm, I have spells. So what do I have? I have emergency teleportation, which gets people out of danger. I have abducting cyclone, which pulls people towards me. Fulmination, which is the lightning AoE. Conjure elemental, which gives me more troops, which could be useful there. Ice coffin, which has a very high chance of freezing someone, so I might do that to their boss, just to keep him out of the fight as much as I can. That's a 32% chance of freezing him, but if it doesn't succeed, he's slowed. Hilariously, you could actually just go stab. But I think that would be a mistake. Actually, that spot would be a great place for you. If I could get you there. Which I kind of doubt that I can. Who are you linked to? You're not linked to anyone. No, because I had 5 cultivators and I've only linked 4 of them. Well, Actually, this is good, because you can move over here and link up to you and heal you. I'm hoping that I can keep you far enough away from danger. Hoping. We shall see if that proves true or not. I think I'm going to leave everyone more or less where they are right now. I need to do a little bit of rearranging next turn. Now status vulnerability happens if frozen fails. That spell specifically slowed. 90% chance of freezing, but if it doesn't freeze, they slow. Okay, that did not do much. How long are you affected by slow? Yeah, you do have a status vulnerability as well. Cool. I'm actually going to end up doing some moving in this direction. From 3 positions, which is not ideal. Okay, so if I hit you with another ice cold, 39% chance of freezing you. Right now, that doesn't help me that much. So I'm wondering if instead I should just blast that area with Abomination. 15 damage. Is that the most damaging spell? I think it is. Though Dust Storm would actually hit twice as many people. Just go for blanket damage right now. Blinded these two. You could actually reach me. Facing the way. Okay. Let's see what happens. I think they're going to attack me this turn. But I have a lot of defenses in place. Oh, poisons. No decay. Here goes. Okay, not terrible. Not good. Not great. Not terrible. And so the assault begins. I could nail the 3 of you. You here. Turn you around and charge so you get your full attack. I'm going to really buff this attack up. I would like to rage! Slam into these guys. That was lovely. That was like 100 damage between the three of them. Could do a fulmination. I don't think I will. Oh, they actually destroyed the buildings. Alright. Interesting, interesting. You could attack and not take a... No, because you cancelled their retaliations. Of course you did. I think then... If you attack them... I'll have... Oh, we almost killed the wizard, actually. Guess I'll go for the AoEs. These are probably the three most dangerous creatures, so if I can take them out, that would be a pretty big deal. Why not? Link to the wizard. And you may as well drop this on his head. And then I think we're just going to open fire with pretty much everything we have. Getting the electrifiers off, which is a bit annoying. Got my first win against the angel-looking fellows. Oh, with the angel-looking fellows. Turns out the ability to churn out armies of titans is hard to compete with. Yeah, I can imagine that. I still have him there. You've taken your turn. You have not. And you have the ability to do a ton of damage to him. If I was feeling a little bit more risky, I could move here and stab him instead. Which I think I'm gonna do. I can actually whirlwind. I don't need to whirlwind. I need to hit him. I'm also going to bring in an elemental because I know that these guys can actually hit remarkably hard. You count as a mage, so you don't like being adjacent to people. We're not going to quite kill you, unfortunately. It's going to be so close. Alright, let's provoke you just in case. So you're taunted, so you're attacking this guy. You have to, you can't just move away. You still have a turn, there's not much that you can do that's very useful right now. Go up and annoy these two. That could be useful. But you're also protecting this passage. No, I think where you are now is better. Alright, come on, crit! Distracted. So every hit now counts as a flank. Well, that would have been useful earlier. But now you have to attack. 5 fucking hit points! Come on! Ah! That's it. I don't think there's anything else I can do. That would do 5 damage. Alright, it's gonna hurt. These are zones. There are 2. If I attack you, I kill them. Then you're going to get a rear attack, and so would you. I should actually face that, buddy. No, let's leave you defensive. Okay, what you got? And if he tries to move away, I get a counterattack. I went berserk. They killed my mage, which is annoying. They healed, which is annoying. Shoot my charger, but that's fine. Taking out the tank. 47 damage! Hero Slayer. Okay, he needs to die. Bad you didn't have another retaliation, you would have killed the big man. I did the right thing leaving you there. Well, these guys could kill the big man. I think I'd rather use like one of you to do it. Alright, so big man's gone. Again. Oh right, he blows up. Forgot about that. But that's good. I think what I might do here is drop a Blossom of Life on all of them. Because everyone's been injured at least a little bit. And this gives them a regeneration. You still have a retaliation. What I want to do is kill that. Oh, they critted me. That's not very nice. You'll be retaliated against, which will kill you, but it will cancel the retaliation, which allows him to then turn around. You absolutely you don't care about retaliation. Do as much damage as I expected. But it cancelled his retaliation, so I can basically do the same thing with you. And for some reason you're really resistant to ranged attacks. I'm gonna have to try anyway. good. That was terrible shooting. Grazed. 25% money. Same with you. Can't quite place an incarnate shot in a good spot. Guess you should shoot them just to do some damage. I should also double check to make sure who these guys are all linked to. Because yeah, right now these three are not linked to anyone. Which is not ideal. You aren't either. I'll get a hit off, but I really want you to move into here. Oh, you can't use that. Can't link for another 2 turns. That's a bit annoying. Then I think I want you just to be in their face, because it's annoying. And you may as well go to town on them. Do some damage. And I think that is, once again, everyone moved. So they still have 2, 3 heroes left. What about him? Shit. I have the 1. I have a decent amount of magic still. And everyone is healing. So at the end of this turn, everyone heals a bunch. Which would be useful. Unfortunately, I think they're going to get my Lancer this turn. Ouch. Oof. 30 heal. Survive, and then they'll kill you. And now they have close combat people in virtually amongst my ranged stacks. You did not die though, which is excellent. I wonder if I could freeze you. That's nice. Oh, that just removes burning. They made themselves burning so they can't be frozen. Sneaky little sods. What I could do is summon another elemental here and have him smack him in the back. I think I like that idea. They're also quite cheap. Next to them, so you're not going to be blocked from moving. are blocked. Why? They have no threatening range. Bollocks. Well, that screwed me. Hey. Another soldier there. Oh, you can link. Link to him. You can also link. Lost. Keep doing damage where we can. They shot my hero! I needed him. I was being so careful. Because I was trying to remove their... or kill him. Or remove his retaliation so that he could then charge one of these. Fiddlesticks. Yeah, now I don't think I can win because of that. That and this guy not being able to charge anything. That's really annoying. Oh, that really doesn't help either. Why are you so resistant to ranged attacks? Wind barrier. Unfortunately, the majority of my attacks are ranged. Ah! I really need you to hold up their infantry. I can't kill him, and he's just gonna heal again. Unfortunately, I'm now facing the wrong way. I do still have regeneration on, I think. Oh, unless decay cancelled regeneration, which I think it might have. Is that what Berserk means? They attack your own men? No, because he only had a 50% chance of hitting. That's 50% chance of missing or just hitting something else entirely, which is what happened. Although they weren't immediately in front of them, so I didn't think it was that much of a risk. It's usually if you have, like, you're aiming at those guys and you have a unit in front and you have an archer back here, they could hit the guy in front rather than shooting over the top of them. But he was next to them, so I didn't think I could. Okay, DK did remove the regen. Actually, they still have 2 heroes and a tier 4 left. And I have this. You could do a lot of damage to that hero. I think I would like that. Please do that. To them as well. Oh, because they're linked. Oh. My guys are on the verge of running. Don't blame them. little bit closer. It's a mistake, he's not going away. Oh, the battle mage. Nice. That reduces their confidence and actually increases our own. Guess we'll just have a magic duel against this guy. I do still have a spell, so I can conjure another elemental, which is probably what I'll end up doing. Thankfully they're kind of blocked in, so they're going to have to come through here. I think this is the last conjuration I can do. Attack with tier 4 and hopefully deal some decent damage to him. Okay. I'm not feeling confident though. Not when they have 2 heroes still and a lot of healing. And they can one-shot. I don't really know what I could have done any better in this fight either. Just makes this all the more frustrating. Not shooting my hero, that's a big one. These steel shapers have been very annoying with their big heals. 1 hex radius of 25 health for a tier 2 is crazy. And it's ranged. Try and save some of the cultivators because they're like super legendary. I don't think we're going to though. And apparently my neighbour has started to do some drilling. My day is just getting better. Two of them escaped. I have no magic left. And after this I have no army left either, so we are dead. I don't have... well... probably rebuild it. We'll again lose that damn city. And we did get their lord, so they are defanged. Ranger has been doing a lot of damage. Run away! Yes. We did terribly. Well, yeah, 4 heroes against 3, and my heroes were lower level. Oh no, he just leveled up, so I think he was a 6. So I had a 6, a 7, a 7, and an 8. I had a 6, a 7, and an 8. If the king had been here, things may have been a little different, because his damage output is insane. But I just didn't know where they were going to attack, because I couldn't see him. Going for this city has just been the absolute death of my empire. I have to say, so far, architects, not impressed. I think they're way too reliant on actually having a source of the Wonderstone, which if you just don't have, there's nothing you can do about it. It's the butcher again. And you're burning all of my stuff. And I have no army, so yeah, they've retaken Archidomus, which will start churning out city-state troops again. And I have a grand total of 3 soldiers. So I think we have just lost this battle. Or this campaign, rather, not just this battle. They're just able to rebuild way too quickly compared to us with our 2 cities. We've just been crowded out this entire campaign. I guess the alternative is retreating before the battle starts again. And try to save my army. At the very least, because then at least I can bring the king in. So then it'll be 4 heroes against 4 heroes. Archidomus. A place the armies go to get destroyed. Playing an Umbral Abyss suppressed realm was a huge nerf to the architects. You get more resources if there's Umbral Rifts. They're chasing us. They are definitely chasing us. Run away! Run away! At least here we'll get some healing. He wants to be in range. Good. Now, which of you is Thrandur? Oh, we have our first Zephyr Archer. Let's get another one. Because we definitely are lacking some of the ranged damage dealing capabilities. I can't repair anything until they're all dead. You are just going to go up there. I'm not moving. You got the thing, but you're building the other thing, so that's fine. Archidomus has been lost, I know. Thank you so much for that. Alright, see what happens. Here he comes. Oh, no, he's just going for the capital. He doesn't care about the army here. If I attack you, are you going to join in? I don't think so. $2,000 against 2,200. So it's a little bit more even at least. Risky as opposed to high risk. We still haven't healed. But we do have more units, just more raw units on the field. Plus now the king is here. As well as the Zephyr archers. Let's try. Locations. Not nearly as many choke points. Playing Umbrella Briss, tons of magic materials there. And part of the problem also is I really just don't like the Umbrella Briss, I'll be honest. Either that or society traits that spawns magic material next door would provide enough magic materials for the whole playthrough. Society trait. There's one of those? Huh. But that basically means that you have to take a society trait to make your culture viable, which seems wrong. There and use this as a flank location. Never mind. Deal with a mage. Probably will be on this flank. I don't think they're going to reach me this turn, so we should be safe enough to come rushing over here. And this is the boss man, who absolutely should not be allowed to die. That would be bad. Okay, so you are going to link to you to keep you alive, hopefully. I think I'm going to do that in general. Link to the heroes to keep the heroes alive. There we go. And then which ones are my Zephyr archers? It's these guys. Okay. 13 to 11, 12, 13. But these are giant slayers. I actually think that the Shade guys are probably better, although this has a really long range since it is an AoE. And it does hit like a truck, so probably slightly more damaging, a bit more flexible, especially against big creatures. I must remember that they have that trait. Facing the right way. Most of you lot just aren't. Not that much I can do about it, though. Alright, see what happens. Now we have magic. I also need to be very careful of their Skirmisher Ranger, because he's a hero slayer. Is he? Not move through the poisonous mushrooms? That would be lovely.
Uh-huh.
I think next turn he's going to do his big stompy stomp. And then the damage can begin. Alright. Let's see what happens. Okay. That did not hit nearly as many people as it did previously. And that's the ranger who has to die. So basically, two main targets are these two. Unfortunately, my lancer is now at the far end of the battlefield, so we'll have to move around. But we've left a space here, so we can actually get through that. They're attacking my front lines. Oh, he's just moved to that space. Damn it! If they reworked this, you get Wonderstones from Ancient Wonders as well, that would be much better RNG-wise. Yeah, because one of those I have. Okay, Zephyr. No, you're not Zephyr. Neither are you. Right, you are. Where's the ranger? That is the ranger. Yeah, hit them. Boss man. Could basically make them not exist anymore. Or even better. You drop a rock on his head. Or you could drop it on his head and basically take him out. Do we want to do that? Do we want to just kill their heroes first? How often does your big stompy stomp recharge? 4 turns. Okay, that's a long recharge. We definitely want to kill you with close combat people, because screw shooting at you. That did not work. Let the grueling punch fest begin! Lancer can probably get through. Yeah, he can. May as well. You can start by pinging away at him. In fact, what you could do is hit all 3 of them. That's even better. And you can do the same thing. can get in their face and actually do an absolute ton of damage to him. And if he's off the map, then my heroes are significantly safer. I'm clearing away their frontliners for a change. This doesn't happen very often. I'm probably going to get blanked, but I'm okay with that. So we still have these two units that can rush up and kill. Probably kill him. You know what? You back off. Get to retaliate from them. Okay with. And then that means that you are free to move up to here and stab him. Which importantly means that you are then free to come up here and get the killing blow. It does leave a little bit of a gap here, but that's their ranger gone. That's one of the two major targets dead, which is great. And you lot can... There you go, kill that one. There's two heroes dead. Fantastic. And you're actually in a pretty secure location where you are now. I like this a lot. Let's move you up and around. And let's zap the tier 4. Although we do need to bring some concentrated fire against that guy. Should probably have done that actually. Yeah, let's. Spreading my damage a little bit, but eh. What can you do? I'm probably going to try and go for my king. Which is a little frustrating, but not a huge amount I can do about that. We can at least put some damage down. And I still have magic. I haven't used any of the spells yet. So what I could actually do is get an elemental. Drop him there. So he doesn't get blocked. And have you smack him in the back. No, retaliation will just outright kill you and you do no damage. Then never mind. How about you do that to him instead? He's on low morale already. Wow. Good fast engagement. 2 heroes down. That big. Ouch! Those were 2 almost full health guardians. Okay, now I remember why I tried to take him down. Yeah, I suspect that that hero is probably going to die. She's rather exposed there. Alright, 2 for 1. Those my new archers? No. These are the Zephyrs. This is gonna hurt. That hurt less than I expected. Oh! Okay, that's very annoying. Actually. I'm gonna actually lose a cultivator here. No. I definitely see a reason to kill you. And I think I might do that again. You're in range. I mean, it's not going to kill him, but it's going to kill many things around him. And this is why having my king here is important. Could kill one of the healers, which has its benefits. We also have to worry about them, of course. You could stand here and then stab both of them. That's tempting. Basically clearing everything off the map except for their boss. Complete opposite to how we fought the previous battle. Whitey is here, coming in with a 68-month resubscription. Thank you very much for that. Very much appreciate it. Thank you. I think what we probably want to do is kill them. Because I'm going to assume that you basically just have to do a regular attack next turn. Yeah, it was that way. Let's do this. Except you're a giant slayer. You should have been shooting a big gun. That was a slight mistake on my part. Oh, you have no retaliations. Okay, cool. You do, but only one. You are not a healer. You're the healer. You shoot the big man. Now I'm a little worried about big man coming after my big man. So we're going to just basically line up cultivators in front of this. And just make getting to him difficult. If you could move out the way, and he could get through this and actually nail him. Which has some serious benefits. Actually. So I will take that hit, and I will hit you back. You should still have agile, and also charge. Yeah. Time to pop all the buffs. That's not going the way I expected you to go, but hey, if you can hit him, you can hit him. Charge! Crit. Nice. I would have been disappointed if that had not been a crit, actually. Is he in range? No, but you are. Oh. I'll basically kill you. Sure, go for it. Because then these guys can finish you. They're frozen. Never mind. You can actually get up behind him now. So we have now 2 close combat guys, hopefully pinning you down a bit. I've used my magic. I think that's everyone moved. And we've done a pretty good job of taking their pieces off the table. They have 1 hero left, plus their boss. Tier 4 is still alive, but he's probably dead next turn if these 2 get their retaliations back. He could still heal someone, which would be annoying. Let's see what they do. These Guardians are probably dead. Ooh, and then they turn them into zombies. Oh, you went for the Guardian, not the hero. Interesting. Ooh, and you healed 30. falling that time. Charge in. Charge in. Tier 4 dead. Okay, good. He doesn't have a retaliation for some reason. That's interesting. I suspect that getting them out of the way would be useful so it frees up the archers to shoot the big man. I'm okay with you taking a hit. Because it's not a big hit. You stop here. Hopefully don't miss. Beautiful. Okay, so that's cleared the path for you to step up a tiny bit. Which is important because now you can start laying down some magical damage on the big man as well as the king. Can do that too. As can the archers. You are giant slayers, they do extra damage. Oh, he's flanked. He explodes. That was fun. And then there are 3 units left. And you're the bastard healers that I really want to kill. You know what? Actually, you back off. See if I can keep you alive. Actually, not used a huge amount of magic this battle either. Oh, the warlock. It's fine. Let's use some magic then. Have you charge them. I was really hoping you'd kill him. Because then that would free you up, but I think what you're going to do is that. Much better. Nice. So if you try to move away, he's going to smack you. If you move away, he's going to smack you. You're the only one that can move away. Let's see if they are cruel and kill my one low-life cultivator or not. Yep, of course they are. Damn it, AI! We'll just kill them with a series of charges. All it took was the king. I only actually lost one hero. You know what? I'm okay with that. I think next run I'm going to try and focus on status vulnerability because it can do polymorph units and dominate them to bypass mind control immunity. I think that way you can get ghost ships and you can't otherwise. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we have more than enough mana to actually just bring you straight back again, so that's good. We did lose one of the legendary cultivators, which is a little annoying, but we gained a legendary cultivator and also a legendary Shade Maker. We lost a Shade Maker. We lost all of the Guardians. So we are again going to need to build some more Guardians. But we did get a bunch of items. Grants ignore 2 status resistance. Interesting. Hit points and bolstered defense. Regeneration when hit. And it's a cloak, not armor. Interesting, interesting. All of you can move. Do I want to turn around and just going to take that straight back again? No, because I'm going to have another big army. Ah! Actually, while we're here, we could complete this. We were kind of injured.
Haha.
1,100 against 900. You know what? Let's dabble a little bit in the Forbidden Arts. Because you come back with all of your movements intact. And then here we are going to need a bunch of Guardians. We really need a better frontline unit. These Guardians are not doing all the things I would like them to do. Mass recall is done. And we have another tome. So you were saying that transmutation, once built, can replicate the effects and income of a magic material. I took that to mean that it needs one already. So we could do transmutation, although it just feels really out of keeping with what the rest of this nation is all about. Battle Mage unit that turns enemies to gold and steal their armor and grant it two friendly units. Which is another Battle Mage, although it's a tier 4, so they do hit pretty hard. Transmute, always hit. 6 range, that's pretty good. AoE, they take damage, it's a 3 action move. If successful, grant bolster defense for 3 turns to all friendly units within 2 hexes. I mean, actually that is quite nice. Steel Skin would give us more defenses. Minor race transformation. Transmute resources. Converts mana income. No. No, 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 no. And adaptive armor. Unit enhancement for shield units, polearm, shock fighter, and skirmishers. Once per turn, whenever the enchanted hit is hit with a non-physical damage, they gain bolstered resistance and status protection. If you build an outpost in the material in the south, you get 8 Wonderstone per turn. Which one? Loads of troops. I can't catch a break. Oh, yeah. If it's that far away, there's no way in hell I'm going to hold it, considering how many enemies I've got. If you had just one material ticking, I would have had 80 turns of 8 Wonderstone. I know! That would have been nice, wouldn't it? I do think it is a little bit weird that architects don't start with any materials near them. Because there are literally none near us. The closest being the ones held by the minor cities. You do have one. And they've just overtaken me because of course they have. Let's boost the allegiance. I want to get them as a vassal if I can. I'm so annoyed I didn't get Archidomus as a vassal. They really just sniped it last minute. You're raising Silver Pond? That's not very nice. I wonder if I can just piece you out for a white piece. No, wait, wrong person. You. They want 500 gold in return for a piece. That's 2 and a bit turns of income. That's probably doable. I'm however going to need you to start building me another soldier. If I fight you and beat you, which I will, that'll get me some gold as well. Online troops do you have? 1, potentially 2. Warbreed shock, so I have to get in close and not let you charge. Hey Mordred, so far, what do you think the best combo of traits and tomes with architects might be? I honestly don't know. I have not really used any of the traits that architects have, because I've not had any Wonderstone. So even though I'm 80 turns in, I haven't even started building their wonder. So it's very difficult to say these are the things that are good, these are the things that are not, when none of it is. But I do still need to make a decision about this tome. Do I want to play against type and get transmutation just because I have to? I really don't like doing that. Like, the transmuters are good, but I've already got 2 battle mages, neither of which I've built a single one of. Terramancy I was never that interested in. Geomancy, slightly more. Dreadnought, no. Prophecies. Prophecies I was because of the fated projectiles. Oh, this buffs battle mages. With the crit hit chance. That makes them faithful, which doesn't help us. Also gives us a tier 4 support. Which does give us a heal. Which is something we're lacking. Recommend creating an outpost to collect a magic material. Sure, if there were any near me, I would have done that about 50 turns ago. Part of the reason I went to war with the guy that direction, I forget, my camera's mirrored, was to get their vassal city, which has access to a magic material. I still haven't won that, and in fact right now I'm trying to piece them out. And then I'm also fighting this frickin' demon lord, who used to be my closest ally. Like, I think we've just been incredibly unlucky in this playthrough, because we started the war against him. It was going well. We took the vassal. We were preparing to attack their capital. And then my closest ally turned into a demon and declared war on me. And that's what I've been dealing with this entire battle. Architects being so dependent on transmutation of the society trait is a pretty universal complaint. Nobody likes it. And all architect-free cities just start with one anyway. I mean, there's an architect-free city next to me, but guess what? It's controlled by him. Guess how I've lost many of my armies so far, trying to get control of that one fricking free city. In fact, had you been here 15-20 minutes ago, we basically lost the campaign because we were trying to take that. I had to go back to a previous save. Cold Dark, no. Corruption, no. Great Transformation, no. Revelry, no. Mayhem, no. Glades, no. Famists, no. Amplification was the other one, because we do actually use lightning a lot. And this is just supercharging my archers. Amplification pylons increases the damage of my spells, which we use a lot of. Although lately we've been doing more summoning spells, to be fair, rather than damage. But then again, this comes with a damage spell. Part of the problem we have is that damage spells are kind of rubbish because they're all tier 1. Frenzy. +1 range for battle mages. And support. Actually, oh! +1 range on the support units, which mean they would have the same range as my archers. Lose stability, gain knowledge. That's a bad trade for us. We have stability issues. Attunement, fortune. Minor race transformation. Increases crit hit chance when spells are cast. See, amplification just makes so much more sense for the nation we're playing than transmutation. Either that or prophecies. I mean, we do have a bit of Materium focus, so it's not completely against type. And we would also have to build the transmutation circle. Counts as a mine, must be built on an acquired province. Doesn't have any adjacency bonuses. We do have we have two tier 2 cities, so that's fine. Resonance fields gives us more mana. We're mages. What greatest transformation am I aiming for? No idea. Alright, let's make it a vote, because I can think of reasons why transmutation would be good. Lore-wise, the Minotaurs were the first into the Bronze Age, and that technology would have spread very quickly to the Elves. So metalworking is closely defined to them. I wouldn't say it's their core thing. So there are reasons for it. Then amplification, obviously, because they're trying to tap into their magical powers, which is a bit more of a Dwarven Archmage trait. But from this playthrough so far, the Elves clearly have a lot of like kingdom level spells, even if not necessarily the battle level. And they tap into elementals to support them. Which might be one of the ways that they were beating the Minotaurs, just they found a way of binding elementals to them. Is there anything that gives elementals? And yeah, geomancy. So that brings geomancy back into an option. City structure, Hall of Geomantic Resonance. Gain food if they're on grasslands, production in the forest, gold if they're ashlands, manor if snow. That's a lot of food, and I think all of our cities are in the grasslands. So we would have a lot of city growth. They don't have a special building, interestingly. Minor race transformation, geomantic crystallization. Oh, sorry, major. We become elementals. Resistance to specific damage based on the terrain the unit is on. Plus to attack based on the terrain the unit is on. So it's very based on terrain. And it doesn't say here what those terrains do. Geomancer is a tier 4 battle mage, which does 22 damage with its regular attack, range 4. Causes bleeding. It's all physical though, it's not magical. Immobilization is quite nice. And that is a range 6 AoE. Compare that to the transmuter. Damage is 18 and 22, so that's the same. Transmute does 28, 31 damage. And sunders their defense and boosts friendly defenses. That one also does 32, so the damage is identical. Immobilization is quite nice. And then Resonant Blades applies negative status effects based, or attacks gain an effect based on terrain. But again, it doesn't say what the terrain modifiers are. Yeah, I've been stymied by multiple aggressive neighbours. I mean, that is part of why I set it up. But again, the lore of the elves is they were like the first great civilization to fall to the Minotaurs, which is why I have these two orc nations who hilariously have been the most friendly to us. So the orcs, which I call Minotaurs, which were these guys, and the other ones, which were my closest friends, became demons. Then we had the boat humans, which are the crocodiles, and then we had the ogres, who are actually ogres. And I'm having to use this weird race bending because Minotaurs and... Actually, boat humans do exist, I just haven't created the race for them. I probably should have. I probably should have spent a little time creating a boat human race and then use them as an NPC here. Maybe also should have done that for the Minotaurs with a bit of hindsight. But they're in a very cramped area. They get attacked by a lot of people. Let's see if I can bring up the map. So those of you who don't know, I'm building my own setting for a D&D campaign potentially in the future. And I'm using Age of Wonders to flesh out the different races in it based on how they've played and their experiences during the game. So like, one of the Minotaurs turning out to be Demon Spawn is now going to be in the game. Because it's cool. It's going to be the best example. Oh, this one. Bring that up over here. And then share to the right. Boop. So this is the world that I've built. All the different nations. Still fleshing out names and things. So like these are the so-called North humans, South humans, the boat humans. And then over here, squished between everyone, is the elves. The elves used to have a civilization that was in this entire area until they had an absolutely enormous war against the Minotaurs, which they lost. And they were fully subjugated by the Minotaurs. They did eventually, because of an alliance with the boat humans, the North humans, and also the dwarves down here, managed to throw the Minotaurs off and get their independence. And this actually is a pretty good representation of kind of where they are in the game that we are playing now. How does the Underdark work in your setting? I know the Drow are above ground, so there's no vast underground world. There is no vast underground world, because I just think it's super unrealistic. But the Drow and the Underworld, so the Underdark is over here. So there's also the Feywild, and basically what happens is life grows super fast in this region. So all of the trees and things have grown really, really, really tall. And because they've grown so much, the canopy have blocked out the sun almost entirely. So then you have this area which is under, basically the ground of the Feywild is the Underdark, because there's just no sunshine there. And that's where the Drow have risen up. And that's why there's like this constant struggle between the Feywild, which is constantly trying to grow, and then the Underdark, which is constantly trying to, like, it's all the decay underneath. What software did I use to make this map? This is Worldographer for the base terrain tiles, and then GIMP, which is basically like Photoshop for the layers above it. Kobolds. I haven't done anything with kobolds yet. Kobolds in my world are similar to the D&D ones, where they're dragon-based. And the dragons are still far off to the east, so they're beyond the map that way. They will arrive in a couple of 100 years, and will actually conquer the Minotaurs and start settling in this area. So the Dragonborn, the Kobolds, and probably a couple of dragons will be over here. And that's ultimately going to be like the major downfall of the Minotaurs when the dragons arrive. There is also a dragon that lives here, is a ancient white dragon that's basically formed a glacier over itself, and that's now one of the major oases in this big desert, which is how the desert dwarves are able to survive, is basically they've built up around this huge glacier in the middle of the desert. And we have the mountain dwarves, which are like your standard dwarves, plains dwarves, which are the flatland dwarves. And we have a couple of races down here, which I haven't done a huge amount with yet. The Leonian, the Lizardmen, Nagas, UNT, Bugbears. Castanin is a race I've created myself, based on beavers. Turtles, Coalinth. Coalinth are like seagoing hobgoblins almost. The Greenskins have not... Yeah, no, they have. So we've got the island goblins. The first wave of goblins have arrived. Then in a couple of 100 years, Zral the Conqueror will arrive with a huge influx of goblins and basically conquer this entire northern region, which is one of the big, like, migratory shifts. Where do the aboleths and other Lovecrafty monsters come from? So I don't really do much with Lovecraft. I've never really liked the setting, but there are aboleths, and they live in these giant lakes over here. And the Duergar are Duergar that have been mind-controlled by the aboleths. And they had a really big war against the Fire Giants. The Fire Giants actually saved a group of the Duergar, and they've moved down here. So the free Duergar are this side, and then the mind-controlled Duergar are over here. So instead of the Duergar being controlled by mind flayers, as I think they are in D&D, there are aboleths in this. Who are the high angelical, all good, let's pray to God in your world? Haven't really got any. The most theocratic are the southern humans, but they're more about the river spirits. So I haven't done a huge amount with Pantheon yet, and that is probably one of the next steps I will need to do. But the afterlife is the so-called Ocean of Souls. So when you die, your soul returns to the ocean, where you kind of swim around in this vast void of nothingness. And then there's the god called the Fisher god, who uses his harpoon, spears a soul, and then at that point it's resurrected and then brought back into the world. Also in the Ocean of Souls are demons, who are like the sharks. They're there, who are trying to like yum, 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 eat the souls. There are also devils, but I keep on flip-flopping around what I want devils to be. Sometimes they're like the ones who hunt down the demons to try and keep the demon population down, but then that kind of gives them a bit too good of an outlook. Within the Ocean of Souls, you also have islands, which is the realms, the various different gods themselves. And that's where angelic beings come from. Recently, in the map that we're at now, not this one, necromancy has just been developed because one of the Lich Lords has basically discovered how to tear the veil between the Ocean of Souls and the mortal realm, rather than going through the river Styx, the river of the dead, which is usually you die, you go down the river of the dead, you end up in the Ocean of Souls. If you want to be resurrected, and this is how resurrection spells work, it has to happen in the period that you're in the river. Once you've gone beyond the river into the ocean, you're gone. Except for necromancers, who can tear the veil. An Eldritch Sovereign would be good for that playthrough. That's true. Like, we did actually do the Duragar playthrough. That was the Fire Giant. We had a Fire Giant with a Fire Giant King with Dwarves as his unit. That was a good playthrough, actually. I enjoyed that. I bet a River Styx paddle barge would be a fun module to make. Yeah, and actually one of the reasons I wanted to do the River Styx thing is if a party member ever died, then the party would basically have to go to the River of the Dead to try and find and rescue their fallen comrade. And then another big creature here are the trolls. They're actually more of an obstacle. They're not necessarily a race. I basically wanted them to interrupt flow of trade and force trade to go through the desert here, so that the desert dwarves are like the main traders. But the trolls work in this in the same way that they work in D&D, particularly the Drizzt Do'Urden books, in that they are constantly replicating. They're basically impossible to kill because of how fast they regenerate. And there are probably thousands, if not millions, in these areas, but they can only live in areas where there's plentiful water. And the halflings have actually found a way of killing them, which is how the halflings survive. Halflings actually lived amongst the trolls for generations, just in perpetual fear and hiding. But then the halflings here started doing like the Dutch. They started draining the swamps. And when you drain a swamp, it becomes highly, highly flammable. And they basically just started draining the swamps and then just burning what was left. And that basically created an area that was uninhabitable by the trolls. And that's how the halflings are surviving and slowly expanding into the troll territories. They probably won't be able to do it that much, but in this area it was dry enough that they could. And then the origin of the world is there were the Jinn, who are kind of genies but not as powerful. They're the precursor of gnomes, elves and humans. They all have a common ancestor, which were the Jinn. They blew themselves up. They started worshipping the wrong god, who went a bit megalomaniac, was assassinated by the other gods, and then as a part of that there was a huge like nuclear winter type event, which was centered on this. There isn't actually a ring of volcanoes. This is just to remind me this is where this happened. And the Jinn that were closest to the explosion had their magic literally just burned out of their bodies. Those are humans. So we have the North humans, the South humans, basically the ones who are kind of at the periphery of this explosion that survived. Then we had the humans who fled into the mountains and took refuge underground in what are essentially fallout vaults, although fantasy and medieval era. Those are the gnomes. They are not necessarily themselves good at magic, but they are highly resistant to it. Because the magic fallout basically kept on seeping into them, but the worst of it was protected by the so-called Shield Mountains, appropriately named. So that's how the gnomes came about. Then the elves are the ones who were further out than the humans, so most of the magic was burned out of them, but not all of it. And elves were like the creators of sorcery, so bloodline-related magic, which also the dragons can do for different reasons. That's where the elves were, and then magic, as in an arcane art, as in wizardry, was actually a dwarven invention. Hasn't happened yet here. We had the rise of arcane magic with the dwarves, and that's why the dwarves fucking hate arcane magic now, because of the results of this. And the so-called dwarven archmages, dwarven wizard lords, who then, for some reason, became the dwarven lich lords. That was a bad time. And so the remaining dwarves basically turn more towards enchanting as a way of controlling magic without letting it control them. So yeah, that's the world that we are creating, and we are particularly ourselves zoomed in on this. And because of all the struggles and just the massive struggle, it really is the best word for territory, is why our world is so aggressive and we're so kind of pinned in by everyone. It's I think it's a medium map, but with a lot of players, so there really hasn't been space. The entire map is basically, oh no, it's not really owned that much yet. There's still a few spots, but not many. And I've just been outbuilt by everyone else. Like, they've got 4 cities, I have only 2. They have 1. I raised a city over here, but they're expanding into it. That was their old vassal that I tried to take control of. In fact, you don't even have a magic resource. Yes, that's one. What's that? Gold vein. Nope. So going after these guys is actually kind of pointless. They had the Blossom Orchard, which at the time I thought was a magic resource, but it's not. Which is annoying, because there's also one like that. Capitolian has one. But they're owned by our enemies up here. And these guys have only 2 cities. These guys forward settled me. Nebheim. I was on my way to settle down here and they just beat me to it. That was going to be where my 3rd city was. Now I'm trying to take Archidomus. Archidomus is my faction. They're just the free city version of it. But they were taken by the demons. Utopulon I might be able to get. At which point, maybe, I'll get access to a magic item, a magic resource. 80 turns in. Conquest is probably the way to go. Yeah, I agree. Except for the fact that I'm fighting against the demons up here, which just have me completely outgunned. And I just fought for Archidomus, I took it, then they came down, took it back, then I pushed them out, took it back again, then they've taken it back again. All in the time before it actually becomes my city. This is just in the time it takes for it to not... for me to annex it. And then these guys have just launched an attack on me, which is what these are all are. And then Gemkeeper spawned an attack force. Capitolian spawned an attack force. Yeah, we're just up against it. And then I was going to go and do this mission here. When I realised, oh, we've got these guys attacking, so I should probably go and deal with them before killing him, because I will suffer casualties and damage. Although I do recover health pretty quickly. So we'll probably be mostly recovered by the time we get over here to fight them. Also, they're burning all my territories again. Oh, and Velethis. The entire city at one point was pillaged. The only thing they didn't take was the capital, like the central province. We rebuilt, but that also set us back. The Larnis is really the reason we're still alive. You've been getting the bona fide elven general experience, basically. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's where we are with all of that. Let's bring back the regular profile so my face is in the right place. I think I'm going to go and grab another drink, because I'm getting kind of thirsty. So let's take a 2 or 3 minute break. I was supposed to go out this evening. That's going to be very much dependent on the weather, because it was supposed to be a picnic. How's the forecast looking? It has cleared right up. Or I could just stream some. I was out yesterday evening too. What do I want to do? I don't know. Because it's 4. 4 is usually when I would stop the stream anyway. I kind of feel like just playing some more, to be quite honest. So what I might do is I'll take a break for dinner. Where are they? What's the latest updates? To be determined. I think I am going to end the stream here. and then I will post on Discord if I am going to come back for this evening. I will definitely be streaming tomorrow, so the stream tomorrow is unchanged. It's just whether I stream again this evening. I don't know. But I need to find out what exactly is happening with my friends and then make some decisions based on that. So thanks everyone for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, be sure to hit the follow button to get notifications when I'm live again in the future. If you've really enjoyed this and you would like to support the channel, then please do consider subscribing. Helps the channel out, lets me do more of this kind of content. Or you can, of course, check out the Patreon at patreon.com/MordredViking. I do have a YouTube, youtube.com/MordredViking, and also a Discord, which is where the community hangs out and where I will mention if I'm coming back again this evening. So head on over there, and yeah, we may see each other this evening, we may not. But if we do, it will be in 2 hours. So until then, bye-bye.